Good day everyone, we meet again at the object-oriented programming concept. For the first time, I want to ensure that you already provided the needed application that we will be used during all the object-oriented programming material. So, as I requested you before, I asked you to install the Java application called Java Development Kit, and the other one would be the Notepad++ text editor. And after you install the Java Development Kit and the Notepad++, the next step that I requested you to do is to setting the path of the Java Development Kit to be able to be recognized by the Windows command prompt application. So there are several things that you need to do after finishing installing the Java Development Kit. So firstly, you need to open the control panel, and then maybe the display will not be so completed. So to be able to see all the setting inside the control panel, you need to change the view into the classical view. And then after that, you find the system shortcut. You double click the system, and then until it opening the system tab. After the system dialog already open, then you need to click the Advanced tab, and then at the bottom of the Advanced tab you will find a button called Environment Variable. After that, you click the Environment Variable button, and then you will see another dialog, and I requested you to find the dialog that consists of path variable, and then you edit the path variable and add the installation path of the Java Development Kit that you already installed. So this is how I'm trying to demonstrate you to do that kind of steps. So firstly, you click the system button until it's open this kind of dialog, and then you choose the Advanced tab, and at the bottom of the dialog you will find an environment variable buttons. You click the environment variable buttons until it shows this windows. As you can see, there are two kind of variable. First is the user variable, and then the other would be the system variable. You need to change the system variable. You can drag and roll the windows until you find the path variable. After you find the path variable, the next step is you click the edit button until it opens this dialog. As you can see, you have to make sure that the variable name should be path, and the variable value will be depends on your computer system. So after you find out this dialog windows, then you need to scroll this line into the end of line of this variable value, and then you need to type the installation path that you already conducted. So firstly, in my case, I installed the Java application in a folder Java in drive C, so I need to combine with another command. So firstly, I put the period and comma symbol, and then I type the C drive and the folder path that I use, Java. And the Java application stands in a bin folder, so you need to direct the installation path into that folder. So you have to make sure that you created this kind of installation path. So after you finish entering the text value that you use, the next step you click OK, and then OK to all the comment. Okay, after that I requested you to open the Windows command prompt. You can type the CMD text, and then at the search start menu search dialog box, and then you press enter until you find out this command prompt Windows. And to test out whether the installation path is succeeded, you can type this command Java, and then you press enter. As you can see, there are several texts that appear after I type and press enter the Java text. It means that the command already recognized by the command prompt. So if you haven't been succeeded doing so make sure that you watch the previous explanation that I give you. Okay, there are two commands that we will always use to run the Java application. Firstly is the Java command, stand for Java compilation. So after you write your code in Java, you need to compile the code by using the Java command. And then the other part would be the Java command. This command, we will use this command to run the Java application after the compilation succeeded. Okay. So after the installation process finished, so we're going to start to create our first Java programming code. So as usual, like other programming language, we try to create a hello world programming code. So basically, you need to define the class name. So in this matter, I would like to use the public class hello world. So extend to the Java order of programming code. So this is the name of the class, and in Java, to write the start and end command, you use the this kind of symbol. Okay, so and the other things that you need to know, that make sure that you save the Java file as same as the Java class name. So when I save this class, you have to make sure that the name of the file have to have the same name with the class name. So if my class name is hello world, then the file name would be hello world also. And the other thing is, Java have a case sensitive kind of programming code. So the uppercase and the lowercase is matter. So you have to make sure that you already using or following that rule. Okay. So the first rule is the file name have to be the same name as the class name, and the other thing would be the case sensitive rule. So if you use the uppercase or the lowercase, then the file name should also following that kind of lower and uppercase words. Okay, firstly I will save the file name, same with the class name, and the other part, because this is our first programming code, so I will try to make it simple. So we will use the main application for main, and it only use string. So basically a main class of a class, a main procedure or the main function in a Java programming code, we call it by using main public static void main. It means that it's defined as main function or the main method of a Java application. Usually only a main class consists of this method. Unlike the other class, we don't really need this main function. So, okay, so I'm going to create the hello world view to each. So the other things that you need to understand, or you need to make sure that every line of code in Java needed to be ended by the period and comma symbols. Okay, so it's determined the windows that this is the end of the line code of command. So you have to make sure that you always ended your command line by using the period and comma symbols. So after this one is succeeded, and then we need to compile. We will try to compile the application by using Java hello world .java. So we run this command. As you can see, there is nothing happen. It means that the compilation is success. Okay, after the compilation is success, we can try to run the application. As you can see, this is the result of our first application. Hello world to you to JTI to H. Okay, easy, right? So we will try to create another application. So okay, after you finish to create the first programming, then we try to extend our programming language. So the next class that I would like to show you is, let's say we create a human class. So it's almost the same way with the first programming code. So firstly, we need to create the class first. Okay, public class. Let's say the class name would be human class, and always to make sure that you directly write the start and end symbol. So this is one important thing, that you have to directly write the start and end symbol after you create a class code, or after you create the method code. So it will make sure that you will have a well organized on programming or creating a programming code. If you don't do this kind of activity, then you will have a lot of difficulties, like finding out where is the pair of the start, or where is the end of this class, or where is the start of this function. If you only have like 5 or 3 lines of code, then it will be easy. But imagine that you have 100,000 lines of code, and the error was because you failed to create, or you failed to type this end or start a symbol, then it will be a disaster for you. So to be able for you to become a well-organized programmers, that you have to begin with this kind of activity. You always have to directly type the start and end symbol after you create the class or the function or the method. Okay, so let's say a human class have several attributes and several methods. Let's say the basic attribute of a human would be like name, okay, and the other part would be address, and the other part would be like age. Okay, like I told you before, that we need to end up our line of code by adding up the period and comma symbol. So this line of code stands for attribute of a class, and the other part would be basically a class require a constructor. Okay, even though that Java will create an empty constructor by default, but I don't want you to be using the default kind of things. So in this matter, I encourage you to always create the constructor of a class by using this command. A constructor of a class always have the same name as the class name. Okay, and usually we will give a standard parameter that we will use to create the human object. So in this method, because we have 3 attributes, so let's say we will give the constructor also 3 parameter value. Let's say the nm parameter will stand for the name, and the addrs variable name will be given into the address attribute, and the age variable will be given into the age attribute. So after this, we will give the value, the parameter value directly into the attribute. So let's say we will give this nm value into the name attribute, and the address attribute into the so the age attribute will taken the value from the age. So we have the attribute part, we have the constructor part, and then the next part would be the method part. Let's say we create to say hello, say my name method. So when the human do the say my name behavior or say my name activities, we will require them to say like Hello, my name is this good. Okay. Sorry, my name is this name, and always cut it, end it up with the period and comma, and then we create another method called, let's say, my address. We did the same thing, system out dot println my address is this A. We need to close it with the okay. Then we save, and don't forget, always use the same file name as the class name. Okay, after that we try to compile. And let's see the result. Oh, okay, it's success. Then we try to create. Okay, like I said, this class don't have a main class or main method, so it will be impossible to running this app. So the other part, we need to add a main class. So basically a main class will be separated by this kind of class, but for the first time we will try to create a main class in the same class. Main okay, this is a main class that we will use to run our application. So firstly, we create an object from a human class, human, let's say, students. We create the object by calling the constructor, and then we send the value, like let's say the name is Ando, and the address would be Malang, and the age would be 27. Okay, after that we will require the student object to introduce himself. Students dot say my name. We will calling this method. Okay, we save and let's see the result. We compile again. Oh, sorry. Line of code 21. Oh, okay. I forgot to end up this. Okay, you cannot see the button, the windows. I will show you. Okay, I forgot to give the period and comma symbol. That's what I told you to be more organized, so you don't have to deal with this kind of error. Okay, let's try to compile it again. Save. Okay, forgot to use this to keep this. Okay, compile, and then sorry, it should be say, not sai. That's okay. Say my name. Okay. So compile it again. Okay, as you can see, it already success. And then we can try to call the human application. Okay. Hello, my name is Ando. So if you wanted to ask the object to say the address, we can add another line. Students that my address. So we save and we compile again the application, and then run. Okay, as you can see, hello, my name is Ando, my address is mine. It's easy, right? And I will not edit my mistakes because I will show you that I also made some mistakes in programming. So no need to worry of creating mistakes in programming. Okay. By conducting a mistake, you will have plenty of learning. You will learn a lot by having a lot of mistakes. So no need to worry. It's a usual thing to have mistakes in programming. Okay. This is the end of my tutorial, and see you.